How secure do you think you are online? Have you ever given a thought to who might be lurking in the shadows of the digital world? Well, let's peel back the layers of the digital onion together. Our journey takes us to a realm often shrouded in mystery and intrigue, the dark web, a place where the unregulated and the anonymous reign supreme. It's like the Wild West of the internet, no sheriffs, no laws, just anarchy. It's a hotbed for cybercriminals, a playground for the nefarious. But hold your horses, it's not all doom and gloom. In this digital twilight zone, some find a haven, a sanctuary from the prying eyes of surveillance, a bastion for the freedom of speech. It's a world of duality, a digital yin and yang. The dark web is a digital Pandora's box. Once opened, it can unleash forces that are difficult to contain. So, let's tread carefully. Venturing into the dark web is like entering a digital wilderness, teeming with unseen perils. It's a shadowy realm, where the dangers are as elusive as they are abundant. It's not all clandestine chat rooms or whistleblowers you see. There's a dark underbelly that's far more sinister. One of the more prevalent threats that lurk in this grim abyss is identity theft. Anonymity may be a shield for some, but for others, it's a sword. Personal information is traded like currency, with bank details, social security numbers, and even medical records up for grabs. It's a marketplace where your identity can be bought, sold, and exploited by cybercriminals, leaving you none the wiser until it's too late. Then there's the illegal trade. Everything from counterfeit money to illicit drugs to untraceable firearms can be procured with just a few clicks. A digital black market hidden from the eyes of the law, where every transaction is shrouded in secrecy. But perhaps the most insidious danger of all is the threat of cyber attacks. Even the most tech-savvy among us can be ensnared by a well-crafted trap. Malware disguised as harmless downloads, phishing scams posing as legitimate emails, and ransomware that can hold your digital life hostage. The dark web is a veritable breeding ground for these digital predators, always lying in wait for their next unsuspecting victim. Every click in this digital wilderness could potentially lead you right into a trap. It's a game of digital Russian roulette, where one wrong move can have devastating consequences. It's a world where even the hunters can become the prey, where the line between predator and victim can blur in an instant. So tread carefully in this digital netherworld. Arm yourself with knowledge and caution, for in the dark web, the shadows often hold more than they reveal. And remember, in the dark web, the hunter can quickly become the hunted. As we delve deeper into the digital abyss, the importance of cybersecurity becomes glaringly apparent. In this vast wilderness of ones and zeros, cybersecurity stands as our guardian, our bulwark against the shadowy denizens of the dark web. It's not just some trendy buzzword or a checkbox to tick off in your monthly report. It's a complex, ever-evolving discipline, a virtual arms race that's as critical as it is relentless. Imagine, if you will, the digital world as an endless city. Our personal and professional lives, our secrets, ambitions, and vulnerabilities, they are all buildings in this city. Now, imagine these buildings without locks, without alarms, without security cameras. That's a world without cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is more than just a lock on our digital doors, though. It's a comprehensive approach that involves countering threats, detecting intrusions, responding to attacks, and recovering from them. It's the digital equivalent of a high-tech security system, a vigilant guard dog, and a highly trained security personnel rolled into one. The dark web, this uncharted underbelly of the digital world, is teeming with malicious entities. Hackers, identity thieves, cyber terrorists, all lurking in the shadows, waiting for a chance to strike. They're not just after your credit card details or your social media passwords. They're after everything. Your identity, your privacy, your freedom. Cybersecurity is our digital shield against these threats. It's the fortress that safeguards our digital presence. It's the wall that protects our assets, our identities, our very lives from the dangers lurking in the dark web. Cybersecurity is not an option, but a necessity. It's not just for the big corporations or the tech-savvy individuals. It's for all of us. We all have a stake in this digital battlefield. We are all targets. We all need protection. In the face of the dark web's lurking dangers, cybersecurity is our digital shield, our first line of defense. The battle between cybersecurity and the dark web is a continuous digital arms race. Now that's a statement that paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? An endless struggle, a perpetual tug of war, a ceaseless conflict. No, we're not talking about the latest blockbuster action movie, but the reality of the digital world we inhabit. Imagine a chess game where the board constantly changes and new pieces are added with every move. That's the nature of the digital arms race between cybersecurity experts and the denizens of the dark web. It's a contest of wits and innovation, where each advancement in cyber threats is met with a corresponding leap in cybersecurity measures. In this shadowy world, the cyber criminals are always looking for new ways to exploit systems. They're like burglars armed with an ever-evolving set of lockpicks, always hunting for the next unguarded window or unlocked door. Whether it's through phishing schemes, ransomware attacks, or data breaches, these digital predators are relentless in their pursuit of unauthorized access and control. But fear not, for in this digital battlefield there are also those who stand as guardians of the net. The cybersecurity experts, our digital knights in shining armor, are always on the lookout for these threats. They're the ones who build the walls, install the locks, and stand watch over our digital domain. They detect vulnerabilities, patch up security holes, and keep the invaders at bay. Here's where the arms race really heats up. As the hackers advance their tactics, the cybersecurity experts match them stride for stride. They develop new firewalls, improve intrusion detection systems, and create stronger encryption protocols. They study the latest threats, learn from past breaches, and anticipate future attacks. It's like a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, where the cheese is our digital security and privacy. But just as in any arms race, the landscape is always changing. New technologies emerge, old ones become obsolete, and the line between friend and foe can sometimes blur. It's a race where standing still is falling behind. That's why it's crucial to stay updated with the latest cybersecurity practices and understand the ever-changing threats of the dark web. So where does this leave us, the everyday users of the internet? Well, we're the citizens of this digital world, and it's our responsibility to stay informed, to be vigilant, and to take part in this arms race. After all, it's our data, our privacy, and our security on the line. Remember, in the digital realm, knowledge is power. The more we understand about the threats we face, the better equipped we are to protect ourselves. So let's not be passive bystanders in this digital arms race. Let's arm ourselves with knowledge, stay alert, and support the cybersecurity experts in their fight against the dark web. In this digital arms race, staying one step ahead is not just a strategy, it's a necessity. As we emerge from the dark corridors of the web, it's important to remember the dual nature of this digital realm. This duality, quite like a two-faced Janus, is what makes the dark web a compelling paradox. It's a sanctuary, a haven of sorts for those who seek freedom from the prying eyes and overreach of authorities. Dissidents, whistleblowers, and journalists, they all find solace in its protective embrace, a place where their voices are not stifled but amplified. But with every silver lining, there is a cloud. The dark web isn't just a refuge for the righteous and the oppressed. It's also a breeding ground for the unscrupulous and the malevolent. Cybercriminals, identity thieves, and other nefarious entities lurk in these shadows, using the same tools of anonymity to ply their dark trades. The dark web, therefore, isn't inherently good or evil. It's a tool, a platform. Much like a knife can be used to prepare a meal or to harm someone, the dark web can be used to safeguard privacy or to exploit it. This is where cybersecurity steps into the spotlight. Its importance cannot be understated. As we navigate these obscured corridors, it's our shield, our armor against the lurking dangers. It's what keeps our data secure, our identities protected, and our lives private. But remember, cybersecurity isn't just about fancy firewalls and complex algorithms. It's also about vigilance. It's about being proactive in securing our digital presence. It's about understanding that while the dark web can be a sanctuary, it can also be a hunting ground. So, as we step back into the light, let's carry with us the lessons learnt from our journey into the shadows. Let's be cautious, let's be aware, and let's be secure. Our journey into the dark web ends here, but the battle for online safety and privacy continues. Stay informed, stay secure, and remember, in the digital world, not everything that lurks in the shadows means harm.